Welcome to the Parent Advocacy Resource Team for all ages and stages of parenthood. I'm Jillian Lama, founder of Body You Crave Life and Weight Loss Coaching, and I'm today's host with our special guest, Carrie Boos. So as PART, we partner with parents to create a network of trusted professionals to provide families with solutions as they navigate the journey of being a family. We do this through education, advocacy, empowerment, and connection. And so these videos and these interviews are all about introducing you to the team and the trusted professionals that we have available to us. So I'm very excited to introduce to you Carrie Boos, owner of Realm Inspections. Carrie draws on her years of customer service to provide her clients with the utmost care. She's a loving wife and a doting mother to two boys. So thank you so much, Carrie, for being here with me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Jillian.
Yes, we're going to have a great conversation because I've only bought one house in my life. And to be honest, I had, very little to do with the inspections aspect of things, but I think it's something that can be very empowering, especially for women to know and to understand what to look for, what to avoid, some of the pitfalls and things. But before we dive into that, let's talk about some parenting moments where we find ourselves saying things that we never thought we would say. So I'm sure you have an experience like that. Do you mind sharing that and what you said that you never thought would come out of your mouth?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm a mother of two boys, but one of the things, I have many, but one of the things I thought I would never say is, sure, you can spit that into my hand. So basically my kids, when they were toddlers, and they're picky eaters like their mom.
Yeah.
But if they didn't like something, they would like, I don't like this. And they're coming around like, you're going to spit it in your hand. Yeah. So good times.
Right. Right. Yeah. I find that we can run into these events or these times at least once a week where we're like,
right.
what is going on here? But no matter what kind of crazy moments you may be experiencing as a parent, PART is here to help. So let's dive in and tell us a little bit more about you and your family, Carrie, and why you do what you do.
Yes. So I am married, and my husband and I live here in Fuquay Arena. So we are local to the area. I was born and raised here in North Carolina. So I know that, we're a rarity these days. But
right.
I was born here in Raleigh, actually. Seen a lot of growth. But my husband and I, we have two little boys, 6 and 10. Our youngest, our 6-year-old Kylan, he was diagnosed with cerebral palsy when he was a baby. So, it's been challenging with him, but we've learned so much. And our oldest son, Garrick, he loves to play soccer. He's just so good with his little brother, too.
Oh, that's lovely.
And so, we've been through this process, like as home inspectors and, as homeowners. I mean, so we've been through this process, and it can be daunting. We've been there. So we want to make it easier. Buying a home is a big investment. It's important to know its physical conditions. Our reports are mobile friendly, they're visual, they're informative with lots of pictures. They're easy to digest and understand. There's also a repair request generator in our report, and this is helpful, when you're requesting for concessions or repairs from sellers. And also with the special needs, as a special needs parent, my husband thinks about our son, when he's going through the home, and he's sensitive to those with limitations.
Yeah. And, how did you all get started in this?
Yeah, one day I just had this light bulb moment. My last job, I read inspection reports. I was in roofing. So I did that for about 3 years. And I thought, hey, Joe could do this. He would be great. He's just that guy. He just understands how things work, and he likes to, tell stories about his experience and things that he's encountered. And he likes to educate as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I can totally relate to having these light bulb moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I should do this.
And
and
we were
and
sitting at lunch one
yeah.
day, and I'm like, you should, this is what we should do. We should start a home inspection company. And that was about 2 years ago. So,
Uh-huh.
now looking back on that today, it's really rewarding to see how far we've come and how much we've grown.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, what are one or two tips that you can share with our audience to help them through their parenting journey?
Um, Yeah, I would say just listening to your children is important, communicating with them. I mean, you want your child to feel like they can open up and be free with you. It bothers me when I hear, someone say, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just a child. Children
Mm-hmm.
have feelings too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's just one of my tips that I would give as a parent.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think sometimes we can feel like it can be more challenging to raise a special needs child.
Mhm.
And feel free to give me your opinion here because this is not necessarily my area of expertise. But I think also I see it as like God knew that we could handle it. Like God knows that you can handle this child and give him the best care and the best love and the best home. And I think that's something that as parents of special needs kids is something is very important to remember and to remind yourself of like, you can figure this out. This is why God gave you this little boy or this little girl. It's because of that. And I know that there are a lot of emotions and a lot of things that can come with that, a lot of ups and downs for you as the parent and as the child that they will be going through. And just trusting in that and cultivating that deeper self-trust and that deeper love can be so powerful and so helpful.
Yes,
So,
I absolutely agree. Like being a special needs parent has taught me
mm-hmm,
so much. Just
mm-hmm,
watching our son, and the progress that he's made.
yeah.
Every child is different, but every child has potential.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And they have their own unique gifts and strengths and talents. And that's our
Mhm.
job as parents, no matter what kind of kids or who our kids are. It's like that is our job is to bring that out and to help them identify that. And sometimes as parents, we need to identify that for ourselves first, too.
That's so
So,
true.
yes. So there, I'm sure there can be a lot of questions when it comes to like finding a home inspector. How do we know who we can trust? Like, what are some of the questions that people should be asking, either asking their home inspector or as they're thinking about who they're going to hire for this role?
Well, I mean, some really good qualifying questions. I would ask them about their experience. My husband has a lifetime of construction experience. He's worked
Mm-hmm.
in just about every trade that's involved in construction, and ask them about their credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's a member of InterNACHI. It's the largest inspection association here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And ask them what to expect from them as a home inspector.
Mm-hmm.
What systems are they going to be inspecting? Are they inspecting the standards of practice,
Mm-hmm.
which would be the exterior of the home, the interior of the home, the attic, crawl space, the roof? Are they getting up onto the roof? So
Mm-hmm.
we do walk every roof if the conditions are safe.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not able to do so, then we use our drone to get up
Mm-hmm.
close and to take those pictures. However, sometimes it's, like I said, not always safe. But people think that we're there to pick apart homes, but we're not there to be the bearer of bad news.
Mm-hmm.
We're there to help people understand exactly what they're purchasing. As like I said, a home purchase is a very big
Yeah.
investment. So we're here to look out for their best interest, and provide that peace of mind
Mm-hmm.
for them. We want to educate and inform people.
Yes. Yeah. Which, I mean, even if you've done it a couple times before, it's like it can still feel intimidating and daunting. And definitely, if you've never done this before, like we did a year and a half ago, bought our first home and we bought it from across the country with like a lot of people moving to North Carolina. So sight unseen,
Right.
we had a Zoom walkthrough, a FaceTime walkthrough, and but there were certain things where we were really relying on that inspector to be our eyes on the ground, in addition to our realtor, to make sure that he was looking for things that we may not even know to look for.
Right.
Yeah.
And in our report too, it's very interactive. It's mobile based, but like I said,
Mm-hmm.
we include lots of photos and videos just to help get that info because it can be very overwhelming. So we
Mm-hmm.
categorize from severity, from to extreme. This needs attention right now. To we're just letting you know about this kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to scare people. It's just, to be informative so you understand what you're purchasing. And if you're a homeowner, even, you don't necessarily have to be in the middle of a transaction, a real estate transaction,
Mm-hmm.
to have a home inspection. I would recommend it every 3 to 5 years. If you're not one that's poking around in your attic or going under your house, or
Right.
that's just a proactive approach. I'm all about preventative maintenance.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good note, and something that I typically wouldn't have even thought to do that on just a regular routine basis if we're in a house, if you're in a house more than a few years, which I mean, I have not been lately. So it's fine. But maybe in this house, we will be here more than a year. So, all right. Well, to wrap things up, where can people find you and learn more about you and your business?
Well, we're on all social media platforms, but we are on Instagram at Realm Inspections, at Realm Inspections, also on Facebook at Realm Inspections, and Twitter. I'm friend me, Carrie Boos. I love meeting new people, mom friends. So yeah, you can find me online anywhere.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And we will have all of the links in the description and the show notes attached. So, to kind of tie a nice little bow on this, what are some of your best care tips for our listeners today?
One of my most favorite self-care tip is to be kind to yourself. I
Mm,
think that especially as a working mother, just to give
mhm,
yourself that grace.
mhm.
We're tired and we don't take breaks sometimes, but
Yeah.
listen to your body and take that break because
Yeah.
it's just so important because I truly feel like I can't be there for others if I'm not taking care of me.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing that and for just sharing all of the information that you have with us today. It's so valuable and we really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Jillian, for having me.
Yes. So, the Parent Advocacy Resource Team is a partnership with parents to navigate this journey of life and being a family together. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.